Yes! For this list, we will be going over the 10 best green units in the meta. In order to do that, I have compiled data from every relevant season and crunched a bunch of numbers in order to find out what are the current best units. Due to the volatile nature of dragonballlegends, each list that I currently make will only have 1 to 3 completely meta units, 4 to 6 somewhat meta picks, and 2 to 4 bench units. This way, it stays accurate while also giving you a real sense as to what the top 100 players of each season truly play. I will also mention whether the unit is meta or it's bench or otherwise, and I'll also explain why. Without further ado, on to our number 10. And at number 10, we have Mai. She is only a bench unit, but a very good one at that. She buffs health for future units and female warriors, although she is really only used for future teams and some hybrid teams that rely mainly on future units outside of the leader slot. Basically, just think it's for future, but future happens to have hybrids too. Not much is needed to be said, but her top 10 status is highly dependent on what is relevant during the meta, so if future units are not the meta, then in that case, she won't be used. But considering they are in the meta currently, she is in a highly used spot at this moment, thus making the number 10 spot on this list. And at number 9, we have Zenkai 7 Super 17. This unit is also a bench unit that is used practically all the time on GT teams. Once again, this unit's viability is based on the meta, but since the current meta has GT as one of the driving forces, this unit sees tons of bench support. It also helps that this one specializes in green units that also happen to be GT, since GT's best unit is green. Essentially, this unit is perfect due to the current climate, and I have no doubt that this unit's viability will live and die based on the team Super 17 can help with. And at number 8 is Super Saiyan Trunks from the BoJack movie, also known as Wife Beater Trunks. This is a bench-only unit who specializes in buffing both hybrids and movie saga units. Basically, this is a must-have on your team the moment it reaches 6 stars. So the reason for that is the buffs this unit gives is so powerful that practically every top 100 player using sagas from the movies and hybrids run him. So the reason for that is because of the strike attack buffs he gives. On top of a major boost to strike attack and defense, he also gives additional strike attack to units that are both hybrids and movies. And since the meta is currently dominated by such a team, he is a must pick unless you require more defense within your bench. And even then, I would still argue that this is a must-have regardless. And at number 7, we have Legends Limited Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. He is an older unit that can be chosen due to the resurgence of Fusion Warriors. Otherwise, he is better as a bench or just not used at all. He has solid stats and equipment, however, he is not wanted or needed on any of his teams. The meta has gone way too far ahead for him to keep up. However, he can nullify endurance, and he can also punish revival units, meaning he does have some decent qualities about him that can help in case he is one of the better options in your character box. To say this unit is meta, however, would be extremely laughable, and it would also be untrue since this unit is primarily not great, but to say that this unit is useless is also untrue. Therefore, he takes the number 7 spot on this list. And at number 6, we have Angel Golden Frieza, or just AGF for short. This unit is an Ultra unit in disguise, or was an Ultra unit in disguise. The damage he deals is deceptively high, and the damage he takes is actually deceptively non-existent. However, due to the current state of the meta, this unit is held back by not only his team, but by the absurdity known as power creep. This unit is still a force to be reckoned with, but with the amount of other options in regards to teams, discussing this unit further would not help his case at all. Therefore, I can acknowledge this unit's potential, but I cannot hope to place this unit any higher due to the meta's overwhelming nature. Hence, the number 6 spot on this list. And at number 5, we have Legends Limited Zenkai 7 Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. This unit is a solid option for both God Key and future teams. He has the ability to lock in units and to tank damage fairly well. Since he can also neutralize his color while on the defensive on occasions, it also makes him deceptively hard to kill, even at low health. What prevents this unit from being higher on this list is due to power creep, and that Future has better team compositions that don't include this unit at all. Despite being so high on this list, this unit doesn't come even close to the number 1 spot, which says a lot about the state of the current metagame. Nonetheless, this unit takes the 5th spot on this list. And at number 4, we have Legends Limited Super Saiyan 3 Dragon Fist Goku. This unit has recently seen a resurgence in use due to the release of Ultra Gogeta Blue, but still very sparingly, and I can't stress enough, very sparingly. So don't get too crazy and hope that this guy's actually amazing, because he's not. This is due to the lackluster defenses of Dragon Fist Goku and his very linear game pattern. He also has a gauge that is not very quick to fill up. However, the positive side of this unit is that he has the ability to autofill the gauge if he is the last man standing, so long as he uses at least one attack-based card arts once. Once that is complete, he can use his main ability that will remove his opponent's Vanish Gauge, restore his Vanish Gauge, and draw him an ultimate card that practically will one-shot anything in the game due to him becoming color neutral. He also has access to constant healing, which helps him out a lot too, despite how futile it may be. This is due to his abysmal defenses that cause him to essentially die on contact with the enemy. Did I mention that I was only talking about positive sides? Now, we're back to negatives again. Needless to say, he has enough going for him offensively that he can put in the work by stalling, Dragon Ball farming, and being a solid last man standing unit that he gets to see play at all. And you're wondering, how is he number 4? Well, that's because he beats out all the other ones behind him, and that's how the meta is right now. It's really weird. Anyways, with that being said, let's move on to number 3. And at number 3, we have Zenkai 7 Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and that's a mouthful. The fact that this Zenkai, who is usually a bench unit, made top 3 should tell you all you need to know about the state of green units in the fecking meta. It's absolute dog water. I'm not even kidding you. Green units are in such a horrible state, it's not even funny. This unit is decently tanky, can heal himself on usage of his ultimate, and can deal solid damage provided you are launching Blast Art cards. It also helps that this unit has the ability to add defense to himself as well, provided he is being used on the correct team. To say this unit gets used a lot in the meta would be untrue, but he can be brought in when actually needed. Hence why this unit is higher on this list than the rest. Also, the fact that this unit buffs the best GT unit in the game certainly helps this unit solidify his position as the number 3 unit on this list. And at number 2, we have Legends Limited Super Saiyan Trunks Teen. That's how they named him, so just deal with it. Fitting well on both future and hybrids, this unit sees occasional play, and yes, this is number 2 and he sees occasional play. I told you, green is horrible. But anyways, I'll get to that. The reason for this is simple. This unit is solid, but solid doesn't cut it in a meta where having any form of defense is a must. Simply put, this unit does lack defenses, which can cause his teams immense trouble. That is not to say, if not handled well, he cannot perform. It just means that using this unit over other, more staple units is simply a bad idea. Like I previously stated, green units are in a bad state right now. However, this is the second best green unit for a reason, as he has access to healing, 2 ultimate cards, and 2 of the best teams in the meta. And so for that reason, he takes the number 2 spot on this list. And at number 1, we have Legends Limited Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta. This is the best green unit in the game, and by a large margin. It is also a tag unit, meaning it has both elements green and reverse green. This allows it to deal with both blue and purple units alike, as well as have the same weaknesses to the same 2 elements. Also on tag switch, they gain cover change nullification, and depending on which side they tag out on, they get specific card arts to their hand. On top of this, they can continue their combos and heal themselves. Their green card is an AoE green that allows them to further their combos, especially if the opponent is not careful. This unit is also on one of the best teams in the game that further solidifies its number 1 position among green units. I could honestly talk for days or at least hours about what makes this unit so good, but I think just from the damage, the kit alone, and how he's practically top 5 in everyone's tier list that don't include colors should just say enough about why this guy is the #1 unit, like, on green. So as a result, this unit takes the #1 spot on this list. And there you have it, the top 10 best green units in the current meta. If you disagree, let me know in the comments below and state your case. Just remember to be civil. I would love to hear what you all personally think. Just remember, this is a mix of top 100 data, along with how often they are represented within that top 100 of every season for the last few seasons. Basically, just stay safe, stay salty, and above all else, don't forget to play with your balls.